Hello humans, welcome back to my makeup room. Today, it's a bit of a scary video. Today's my makeup inventory video. Now, this is just going to be kind of a check-in for me. This is just going to be kind of a check-in for me about where my collection is, where I want it to be, especially since this year I'm trying a new strategy. I'm not doing like a low buy or a no buy. I'm doing a budget so that I don't overspend and I don't bring in products that I don't need into my makeup collection that I then have to just get rid of or try and use up or yada yada yada. So this video, I'm not going to show you my whole collection, but I am going to go through how many products I have, how many I think I want to have in my collection, and what my kind of goals are for this year to get me towards that end goal. So whether that be decluttering or using up, mostly I want to use up because I don't really want to get rid of products that I don't need to get rid of. That's a waste of money. But that's kind of the intention of this video. So I've made a chart. I'm just going to read off some numbers to you. So let's start with primers. I currently have 14 primers. That includes a couple of minis and a couple of samples. And I think that my goal in my collection is to have 3 or 4 primers. That way I can have some primers that do a couple of little different things, hydrating, pore filling, yada yada yada. And then I can still test out some primers and not be restricted to only one primer. My goal for this year, I think I can get it down to 8. Yeah, lofty, perhaps. But again, some of those are samples or minis or like deluxe samples like Point Perks from Sephora. So I think I should be able to do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Next up, we have foundation. I'm just going to go in the order of the way I would do my makeup normally. Foundation, I have 15 foundations. I think I really only need 5. And there's no way I'm going to go through 10 whole foundations, but I think maybe I can go through 4 or get more familiar with some and declutter the ones that I really don't like. So I'm thinking that this year I can get down to 11. Concealer. I currently have 9 concealers, which honestly I thought was going to be worse. I'm a bit of a concealer addict because if I don't want to put on foundation, I just put concealer all over my face in like the spots that need concealing, like my cheeks, under my eyes, a little bit of my forehead, and my chin, and my nose. And I blend it in, call it a day. So I was expecting to have a lot more concealers, but when I counted it, I only have 9, which is not that far off the beaten path. I think I really only want to have 3 at a time so that I don't have to be worried about them going bad. I know I can use them up and I can still try out new ones. I think this year I want to get down to 5. I don't know. I have 12 months. I have to use up 4. I might be able to do it. I'm pretty close to finishing up definitely 1. And then I feel like 3 concealers I can go through. I always feel like I go through concealers really fast. I'm trying to be really realistic, but also optimistic at the same time. Okay, powders. I have 11 powders. This includes pressed and loose and more like illuminizing powders. 11 is a lot because I've recently discovered I don't like love powders. I'm just trying to get my taste. I'm just trying to discover my taste. Again, this does include 2 sample sizes, so my end goal is to have 3. A loose, a pressed, and illuminating. Maybe 4 if I'm like trying a new one because I know I'm always going to want to have the Hourglass Veil because I love it with my whole heart. So for this year, I have only put my goal at 9 because I don't know if I can finish a whole powder because I'm currently been focusing on my milk powder and that is taking a hot minute to go through. But I think I can definitely go through my little samples, or I don't know, I might be able to get it down to 8. if I can use up a pressed powder or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna be reserved on this one and only try and get down to 9. Now we're getting to the color products, so watch these numbers get very high. I have 17 bronzers. 13 of these are powder, 4 of them are cream. I think 4 or 5 powder and 2 creams is more than enough. Oh, I am very, very ambitious. I wrote down I'm going to try and get down to 9 powder and 3 cream. I do know I can finish up 1 cream bronzer, so that'll be easy. And that'll meet my goal. I have that in my project pan. Should be good. 9 powder bronzers, that would mean I would have to go through 4. And I think realistically, I'll probably end up decluttering a couple that I learned that I don't like and don't want to use anymore. For blush, I currently have 21 blushes. I have 17 powder and 4 cream blushes. Now, I love blush, so I don't want to be too hard on myself, so I've only put it down to having 19 as my end goal and 20 for my end of this year goal. So if I end up decluttering or using up or bringing new ones in, I'm not too rigid about this goal. Highlighters, I have 24 right now. 20 are powder, 4 are cream, or like the Super Shock formula, so like a cream to a powder. So I think this year I want to try and get down to 21 and then have my end goal I have my end goal here as 19, which is a lot of highlights, but I know with my collection, I have done most of my makeup shopping within a year, so all of these are pretty full, and I know I'm not going to be able to use up 20 highlights in the next year, so I'm not being too hard on these kinds of products because I know they're going to last. They're powder products. They're going to last way longer than a foundation or a concealer, so I'm not too worried about them. Now for brow products, I have 10 currently. That includes pencils and gels and creams, whatever I have. I have 10 total. At the end of the year, I want to be down to 5, which I think is doable. And then I want to be down to 3. So I can have a pencil and a gel and a backup of something. And I think that's all I need. Brows aren't very exciting. It's not like you need 17 shades of brow unless I'm dyeing my hair all the time. But even so, I prefer a cool tone brow. Mascara. We're on to the eyes. Currently, I have 24 mascaras. That includes 4 open, 13 minis, and 7 full-sized unopened mascaras. This is obscene, but I've bought a couple of those like kits from Sephora, or Shoppers had one this year where you buy a set and it has 4 or 5 minis and then you get a voucher for the full-size one that you like. So this year I'm not allowed to buy mascaras because clearly I have too many. So this year I want to get down to 13. That would mean I'm using up 9 mascaras, which is not the worst. I mean, if I was doing it properly, I would only need like 4 mascaras a year, but I know that if I don't like the mascara that I open, I don't mind just getting rid of it because I hate fussing with mascaras. I hate. Next up, we have single eye toppers. I have 10, and I don't really have an end goal for this year. I'm okay with just having 10, but eventually I think I kind of only want to get down to maybe 5 or so, because a lot of them are liquid and they're going to dry out eventually. Now onto eyeliners. Liquid eyeliners, I have 5. At the end of the year, I want to get down to 3, and in my real life, I only want to have 1. I am still on the quest for my favorite liquid eyeliner, so I'm expecting this number to fluctuate quite a bit, but once I find that eyeliner, I only want to have 1. And it's going to be that one, and I'm not going to try any others because I'm going to love it. One day! Pencil eyeliners, I have 22. I have lots of colors. My end goal for pencils is 10, because I do like to have a variety of colors. So I don't know, maybe by the end of this year I want to go down to 15 or so. I know some of them are going to dry out and not be good anymore. Specifically the ColourPop ones. They are not lasting as well as I thought they would. I had a few dry out on me. I am disappointed. Now into setting spray. I have 10 setting sprays. That includes 2 minis. By the end of the year, I want to be down to 6. And in the end, I only want to end up having 3. Which I think is a more reasonable number. And I think that's a pretty realistic expectation to go through 4. 2 of those are minis. And that means I only have to use 2 more full-sized. And I think I can definitely do that. Shit, I have to go to work. We're going to breeze through this. Color correctors. I have 2. I have a green and I have a peach for under the eyes. I'm happy with 2. 2 is fine. Lashes. I have 16 pairs of lashes. By the end of the year, I want to get down to 10. And then I think I only need to have 5 pairs of lashes. I'm kind of figuring out what lashes I like. And then I can just stick to those kinds of lashes and venture out occasionally. Face palettes. I mean, I have other face palettes. Like, I have like highlighter palettes. But, oh, did I include these in my count? My count may be wrong. I don't know if I included these. But the only real face palette I have that has blush, bronzer, highlight, powders is my Hourglass one. I only have 1. I'm okay with having 1. It's good to travel with if I need it. Now into lips. Lip liners. I have 12. I want to get down to 10. And eventually I only want to have 5. So then I can have 1 pencil for every sort of shade family. Bullet lipsticks. I have 29. I want to get down to 20 and then only have 10. Liquid lipsticks, I have 28. I want to get down to 25. And then again, eventually only have 10. I think 10 is a good way for me to have a variety of colors, shades, and formulas and not be overwhelmed. Because I'm a little bit overwhelmed by my lipstick collection. Lip gloss, I have 14. How do I have 14 lip glosses? I don't know. But I want to get down to 10 and then eventually 5. It's lip gloss. I don't think I need a variety of shades because they're all mostly clear and shiny because I don't like the really opaque ones. Eyeshadow palettes. I have 39. I'm okay with this number. Maybe eventually I want to get down to like 35, but I mean, I really love eyeshadows, so I don't want to like use any up or intentionally give any away just to keep my number down because I like having the variety. Single shadows, I didn't count how many singles I have, but I do have 6 magnetic palettes full of them. I'm happy having the variety. Every so often I do go through and get rid of the colors I don't like, but I do like having color options when it comes to singles. Lash glue, currently I have 3. Eventually I want to get down to 2 so I can have a clear and a black. I'm currently trying out 2 black ones, so one of these days I'll pick which one I like better, get rid of the other one. And eye primers, I have 2. I have my eyeshadow primer and my glitter glue. And I'm currently very happy with both of those. I'm happy to have 2. Okay, that was a whirlwind. I am tired of talking. I have to go to work. Let me know what you think down below. Am I being unrealistic? Is my collection out of hand? Don't answer that. I already know it is. And I don't know. We'll see how I do. Hopefully my project pan is going to help me rotate through some products, get out the old stuff, and hopefully I don't bring in too much new stuff. Okay, I have to go to work. Have a good day. Like this video, subscribe, hit the bell to become a Pavlovian dog, and I'll see you next time.